the stuff that you did with Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. I mean, Do It Again. I'm telling you, that was my favorites. Can you just take me through a little bit of the journey that you went on for the listeners, kind of like after Donald Fagen and Walter Becker responded to your advertisement?
Yeah, we were rehearsing. We were playing some of Becker and Fagan songs. We were playing
Mm-hmm.
some of my songs. And Becker and Fagan got offered a deal to go to California, which they did. And I wasn't sure what I was going to do
Mm-hmm.
until they called me on the phone and said, "Why don't you come to California?"
Wow.
Which I drove across the country with a guy who never slept, and we just drove straight through. Didn't even stop anywhere.
That's the days when we were like young and hungry and everything was new and we wanted to get to California. When you got out there and you what happened then? Did you proceed to join Skunk and Palmer, or how did that come about?
Well, we started rehearsing for Can't Buy a Thrill.
And that was
We
was
didn't.
that with you and Jim and Skunk Baxter and David Palmer and Fagan and
Well,
Becker?
David Palmer wasn't there yet.
Okay, David Palmer wasn't there. Okay, okay.
He was on his way, and we assumed that he was going to be in the band because Fagan really didn't want to sing. He thought we needed a singer because he wasn't much of a singer. He still isn't. He doesn't have the wind to carry a whole show. He just has a style that people like, and it was really fortuitous meeting up with Becker and Fagan
Mm-hmm.
because I was trying to write songs that had more than the standard rock and roll chord changes. And Fagan was doing the same thing. He was writing songs with really outrageous changes. I was sold as soon as I heard some of his songs. We were on the same page.
What you did into 73 and 74, yeah? With Becker and Fagan, or what happened? I mean, I'm just looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Can't Buy a Thrill was done at the end of 72.
Okay.
But, it's kind of a double-edged sword, because I can't play like anybody else. So I couldn't get any work. I can only be myself.
Which is so cool. I'd like to have that problem. Well, you can't hire me because I can only play like Micki Free, all right? You're like a freaking guitar legend, songwriting legend, and I'm happy to even know you and be associated with you again through Sammy, Sammy Sanchez. And then, and look, tell me a little bit about when, you kind of did your thing. You went on tour with Toto or something, right?
No, we never did a tour. In the early 90s, I was working as a software developer for a company called Nantucket, and they had a branch office in Germany. Every once in a while, they would send a bunch of us over there for a conference that they would hold in Germany. And this one time, we were there at the same time that Toto was on tour. I called them up. I says, "How about if I sit in?" They said, "Oh, absolutely." The guys in the computer company, they rented me a guitar,
Oh, no. Wow.
and I got them all tickets and backstage passes. It's like 13 guys. They all went to the show. We all went backstage, and we passed around a bottle of apple corn.
I should have been there with you, man. I mean, I used to live in Germany, in Stuttgart. My stepfather was in the service. I grew up I did like 10 years, Denny, in Stuttgart, in a small town called Heilbronn, right outside of Stuttgart. I know you can relate. I mean, as a Native American mixed blood Cherokee Comanche, I can still speak German, which is kind of weird.
Speaking with a Comanche accent?
Right, dude? No, my German, now check it out. Ich wohne in Heilbronn auch 10 Jahre. Mein Name ist Micki Free. That's not bad, right? That's not too bad at all, Denny. Come on.
No, well, it sounds like German, so.
Well, it sounds like German. But Toto, man. Now, Luke, if there's one of my mans, too. One of my bros. That was when Luke was in the band, too, though, right?
He was in Toto, if that's what you mean.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm like tripping out talking to you. Yeah, he was in Toto. And when you set in...
Look, he's touring with Ringo Starr now.
I'm in Sedona, between Sedona and LA, and I just saw Toto in AZ. I didn't get a chance to go to the show, but they were here. Ladies and gentlemen, Denny Dias, one of the founding members of Steely Dan, my friend, my brother. Denny, I'm going to call you, man. Much love and respect. Okay, brother?
Okay, you take care of yourself.
You take care of yourselves too, Denny. When I call you, you better answer too. All right?
Oh, I will. Absolutely.
Thanks, Denny. Thank you so much, brother.
All righty.
Alrighty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.